All right, let's talk about one of the really big things that you might be doing in your relationship that is killing the polarity, killing the sexiness, killing the vibe, okay? I'm a little bit under the weather and we are filming after hours. And normally I film these videos when it's like bright and light outside. I took a nap instead. Now we're here. It's dark. We're moving forward. It's, we're going into winter. I can't, we're up here, up north, we only have like a little bit of light and it's not that dramatic, but honestly, it gets dark at like 5 o'clock. So it really cuts my work hours down. So we are here. All right. Here's what you're doing. Here's what you need to stop doing. Your man is not your best friend. I remember when I shared this once with my friend, she was like, oh my gosh, I do this all the time with my man. No wonder our relationship is not as, fun as it could be. And by fun, I mean sexy and exciting and interesting and all of the things, because you are literally bringing all of your stuff, all of your process to your man. He's not your therapist. He's not your coach. He's not your soundboard. He is not here to listen to you endlessly process anything, even the things that he has created and done to you, okay? Or has done to hurt you. Generally speaking, I think that most people aren't actually actively trying to hurt their partner. I think that we just do things, don't think, and then we end up hurting them. We have to apologize for impact. And then, it's like it happens, but it wasn't intentional, okay? The majority of the time. That's actually a really important thing to also do in your relationship is assume like positive intent, assume that they have a really great heart, assume that they weren't trying to do this thing to hurt you versus victimizing ourselves, making this whole story, making it that like he was late on purpose because he's punishing me or whatever it is. Like, no, he just got stuck in traffic or he forgot or his ADHD got the best of him. I don't know, okay? When you're a woman in a relationship with a man, so this is what I'm saying is even if he does something that hurts you, you're not meant to process it with your man. Okay? Number one, this is grounds for arguments, fighting, being misunderstood, you name it. Men and women are wildly different. A lot of women, do I even want to, like, I think that a lot of women verbally process things. However, I don't think that we actually heal through verbal processing, okay? I think that we titrate our ideas and our process through chatting with our sisters, our girlfriends, a therapist, a coach, you name it. We can bring all of these things up, bring it to someone, soundboard, and then we have clarity, right? But that doesn't mean that's actually healing the depths of ourselves, right? This is why, like in my work in Union, I'm teaching you to heal your unconscious mind, your nervous system, so we can actually heal the depths of these wounds, right? So for example, let's say, I wish I had a good example right now, but side note, if you are watching my like podcasts and YouTubes and you have questions for me, DM me. And on our website, we're going to have a little form for you so that I can answer questions on the podcast on the YouTube channel, okay? And now it's like, okay, so we don't want to bring him this stuff, right? When we're speaking with the masculine, when we're communicating with a man, and what we want to do is really bring him like very little, minimal sentences, right? I have this whole masterclass around it, but like 2 sentences or less. We really want to come to him once we have an understanding of what's going on, right? Men and women are wildly different. That's the whole point. A lot of men, even very conscious men, if you bring them like your feminine type communication that you would bring your girlfriend, you bring this to a man. I've literally like seen conscious men be like, whoa, that was a lot. And it's like, huh? Even though you feel like you said very little. I have clients sometimes who they'll send me like a 1 or 2 voice note, 2-minute voice note, asking me if they should share this with their partner. And when I'm listening for that reason, okay, so when I'm listening to my clients and they're just sharing stuff with me, healing, it's fine. But when they ask me, hey, I want to share this with my boyfriend or my fiance or my husband, how does this sound? I immediately go into kind of like masculine mode. And then basically within like 1 sentence, I feel myself getting lost in the sauce of what she's saying, completely lose the plot, lose the point, don't know what she's trying to say, can't understand, and will tell her like that can be a lot more condensed. And I will help my clients take like a 2-minute voice note, bring it to a literally something like, I don't like not knowing what's going to happen on the weekend. I want to know what our plan is so I can plan accordingly. What do you think? Like, it's like super simple. You know what I mean? And then he's like, oh, I will make sure to make plans and tell you exactly what time our brunch reservation is at, whatever it is, right? So we don't want to process with him. It kills the intimacy. What we want to do with our man is have as much space for joy, play, the like super infamous peace, right? Men are like, I want peace, I want peace. And yet it's the literal most chaotic men who consistently say that they want peace. And it's like, okay, let's work on that. It's a two-way street there, mister. But, right, you want to be his sanctuary, his home, a really beautiful, safe space for him to come. And when you are bringing all of your emotional process to him, it kills that. It kills the masculine and feminine energy. You're literally making him therapist, whatever it is. And a lot of the times, even if it's him who hurt you, he doesn't know how to hold space for all of that. Okay? You have to be able to process these things on your own. This is why we have my program like Union, where women can come and process these things. I teach you how to process. That way, when you come to him, you can literally just share your feelings, what you don't want to experience, your boundaries, whatever it is. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. I'm not okay with this. This is what I need moving forward. And then he can meet you there. Yes, whatever it is. You can share, I was deeply betrayed. I feel broken. I feel devastated. I don't ever want to feel that way again. What do you think we should do about this? Give it to him, right? And then this allows him to stay in the masculine, and this allows you to stay in your feminine role. But when we go into that, like all of that communication process, again, think about it. When we're talking and processing, we're not here, we're up here. So we're going more in our masculine. When you're verbally processing with your girls, you're in your masculine in a sense, unless you're really staying in your heart, in your feelings. I feel insecure, I feel hurt, I feel blah, blah, blah. But if you're going into the analysis of it all, okay, so he he bailed on dinner on Thursday, and then again he bailed on dinner here. Now I don't know that I can trust him, da 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 da, all those things. That's very masculine. Now imagine if you were to bring this to him. It's going to be overwhelming. It's going to kill any intimacy between you both. It's going to just create a ton of issues. Find trusted girls or a coach or someone that you can work with that is on the same page as you. This is so important. It's so important for you to have people that you can talk to that hold your relationship in high regard. Tons of my clients talk about how they would not have their relationship anymore if it was not for me. My clients' spouses say that they would not have their relationship if it was not for me, because I hold them together. I hold them in high regard. When they bring me stuff about their husband, I'm not bashing him. I'm not saying how he's this and this and this. No. I'm seeing his perspective. I'm helping her clean up her stuff, her side of the street, as like Laura Doyle, Dr. Pat Allen, all of these beautiful teachers say. I help her clean up her side of the street. I help her shift and possibly shift her perspective of him, because oftentimes when we're triggered, we see our man as like the worst person in the absolute world because we're triggered. Our nervous system is flooding us with, experiences from the past where we were betrayed, hurt, whatever it is. All of this is in your body, and now you're looking at him through these lenses. You're completely out of your logical center, right? You're just triggered. Can't see him clearly. So you need to be able to bring your stuff, and you shouldn't be sharing it with everyone, all these things, right? You need to keep your relationship like a sanctuary and protected, but you need to have like trusted advisors per se that are on the side of both you and your partner, and who are also going to see you in high regard and love you, right? They're going to respect the relationship, respect your man, and also see you in high regard and understand that you are smart enough you know, healed enough, aware enough to actually look at yourself and go, oh, maybe I actually was the one who made a comment out of my own fears of being hurt, my own avoidance, that then led to him going to avoidance and us having a fight. Because we have to be able to recognize those things. And we also need our girlfriends to be able to say, actually, this time, sweetie, it's not your own avoidance. This might be a place where you have to give him back his responsibility for his own stuff, right? So we want trusted people, and there's not a lot of that, because the majority of the time when we bring our stuff to our other friends who aren't aware of this work, who aren't going to the depths of masculine and feminine energy, who have maybe a more, feministic, anti-man view, they're going to immediately hate on him. And there's just a lot of literature about how women, a lot of women can kind of lead you astray. Like, a lot of girls will keep you single because they're single. They'll push you to break up with your man because they're breaking up with their man. We don't want to do that, right? So have trusted people that you can process these things with, so that you can keep your relationship clean. Now, I'm not saying to ignore things. I'm not saying to spiritually bypass. I'm not saying to allow him to treat you poorly and not say anything and that. No. I'm saying process your stuff with yourself and then come to your man when it's a good time for you both to have a conversation. Again, I teach you all of these things, okay, when you work with me. And then bring him the necessary information. And if you want to have a polarized relationship, a hot polarized relationship where you are in your feminine and he is in his masculine, the way we're going to do that is making sure that what you are bringing him is your heart, your soul, your feelings, and your desires. What you want, what you don't want, what you're feeling, what it made you feel. Not you it's I felt blank. I felt unworthy when you follow, or that's a bad example. I feel unworthy seeing Instagram models on your Instagram, right? This makes me feel unworthy. I don't feel cherished. I want to feel special. I want to feel like the only woman. What do you think we should do? Good, solid dude will, cherish and protect you. Protect your heart, want to protect your heart. You get to decide what you do after that, right? We're not here to control the outcome of our man. We're not here to control the outcome of what he does. We're here to be ourselves, share our feelings, share what's real for us, and then watch what he does and decide whether or not you want him or not. That's really how it's meant to work with a man. You're not trying to control him. If he doesn't want to delete, I hate this example, but it's a reality in our day and age, and there's like a ton of people who have different insights and opinions about it. Personally, I don't understand why a man would be following a bunch of Instagram models. Psychologically, it doesn't make any sense that you could like lust after a million girls and then still find your woman attractive. It doesn't make sense, but that's my own prerogative. I know that there are women who think differently, who are like, it's fine, whatever. I'm not that way. The girls know when they bring me stuff in union, I'm like, I don't feel great about this. I prefer, there are men out there who actually, even when they're single, they're not doing behavior like that because they're conscious, they're in king energy, they understand that it's like a total energy leak, you name it, okay? But it's a good example because I have a lot of girls in my DMs who bring this up, right? Your job is not to control your man, to get him to unfollow these girls. Your job is literally just to be like, babe, can I share something with you? I feel blank, blank, blank. I feel unworthy. I feel like I'm not good enough. When I see this on your Instagram page, I don't want to feel that way. I really don't want to feel that way. I want to feel cherished. I want to feel loved. I want to feel sexy in your eyes. What do you think we should do? How do you want to handle that? What is your solution to this? Whatever it is, give it to him. And then you watch what he does. And if he's like, you know what? It's normal for me to follow these girls and I'm not going to unfollow them. Then, again, you're in your power, right? You get to sit here and decide, do I actually really want to be with this guy? Yes or no? And you might decide, you know what? Yes, I do actually want to be with him. And zero judgment. Zero judgment. I love being a devotional woman. If you're willing to work through your own stuff because you want to be with him, fine. No one will judge you here. But if you're like, actually, I'm not okay with that, also, no judgment. Good on you. Go. Then you leave. You're always in power. When you communicate like this, when you're in your feminine energy, you're always in power. So stop processing all of your stuff with your man. Stop bringing everything to your man. Allow your relationship to be grounds for hot intimacy, makeout sessions, play, fun, loving on him, supporting him and his ideas and things like that. Being silly, being playful, showing him your heart, your soul. When my man and I go out to eat, it's like so cute. He literally just watches me eat because I'm like dancing and I'm like eating, and it's just like such a vibe, such an experience. I actually don't like talking all that much, which is hilarious because I literally come on here and I talk endlessly. But in my real life, I actually don't like talking all that much. This is why I love eating. My birthday one year, I had everyone go to this. It's like my favorite my favorite restaurant in Mexico. My brain is like going to so fast and simultaneously so slow. Favorite restaurant in Mexico, Ilios. I love it. For the retreat, we are going to Ilios. I'm so excited, okay? It is extremely loud. You can't talk. And at my birthday, I remember we were all out and one of my friends was like, I can't hear you. And I'm like, that's the point. Like, I don't want to talk. I just want to vibe. I just want to chill. That's what your relationship should be, like a vibe and like a safe haven. Yes, grounds for healing. But again, it gets to be healing. If you're bringing your man all of these processes, this is when he gets annoyed. This is when he doesn't understand you. This is when you guys fight. This is when, it's too much for him, all these things, because you're just spilling and expecting him to help you figure out all of the ins and outs and how he hurts you and all. He can't do that. Just bring him the good stuff. This, I don't want to feel this. I'm not available for this. This is how I felt. This is how I want to feel. Here you go, mister. How are we going to deal with this and let him fix it? You could stay in your little feminine role. You're like, sir, I felt blank, blank, blank. I don't ever want to feel this way again. What are you going to do? And you get to stay in your little feminine seat while having processed it elsewhere, and your relationship gets to stay this really beautiful, exciting grounds for love, intimacy, and then he is going to get to stay in the masculine and come and solve this problem. You don't have to show him what he did wrong. Believe me, he knows. And if he doesn't know, he will figure it out, okay? And he's not going to figure it out. I had to learn this the hard way. He will not figure it out by you telling him how he hurt you. He will not figure it out. If he can't figure out simple math equation, right, he will understand. Believe me, when you share the depths of your heart and soul, and you can share your emotions, you can share that you can cry, you can be angry, you can share your depths, share your feelings, share without spilling. Again, I don't even want to get into this right now because we could talk about this for a really long time. All of my work is so nuanced. Like, I'm not saying to just like be throwing things all around and freaking out, but like he needs to feel the depths and truth of you without a lot of words so that he can then see and realize and reflect on his own actions and make his own choices and own decisions about the man that he wants to be. Not your job to teach him how to treat you. Not your job to do anything. You put yourself at the center. You cherish yourself. You protect yourself. You focus on your emotions, how you want to feel, right? You share this with him. You observe how he shows up, and then you decide whether or not you want him in your life. That's it. That's your role as a feminine. Does that make sense? So you're going to start practicing this. And if you are like, I need help, come send me a message on Instagram, DM me Union, because Union is where you learn all of this juicy goodness, okay? You're amazing. Like and subscribe. I will see you in our next podcast video, whatever it is.